Now, we take some sports stories across the globe, and Aaron Akerijola is here to do justice to that. Morning, Aaron. How are you today?
Yeah, very good morning to you. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai. Let's get it started with what will be happening tomorrow at the Amahoro Stadium in Kigali. A lot is expected. We'll be looking forward to how things will actually play out. Nigeria against Rwanda. They are Mavubis of Rwanda. So let's see how it plays out. The coach, Chelle, held his first official training with the team yesterday. And it's looking good. They're in bright spirits. And there are talks that the players are all fired up. But ex-international Victor Ekpeba is saying that he knows that it's looking like an overkill with the amount of stars on display. But we should not take Rwanda for granted. Remember, Rwanda are top in this group. So that's a big, big problem for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We will be hoping to actually pick up all 3 points on the day when the match actually springs up tomorrow. But in the meantime, let's get to hear from this man quickly, talking about the captain of the side, William Trezekong, about 5 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. William Trezekong, this is what he had to say after the game.
So everything's been good. First training session, all the boys in camp. We fired up. Of course, we know we have a big job ahead. It comes with the pressure, but I keep saying to everyone that this pressure is a privilege. So all the boys are feeling that. We're very happy to work with a new coach. He's given us a lot of new instructions. So for us, it's just to make sure that we understand what he wants from us on Friday, but we're working towards that now. These are the key moments and where you have to stand up. But none of us are afraid of that. And like I said, this pressure is a privilege for all of us. It's always special when I'm here. Whenever I have to have this badge on my chest, I'm very, very happy. So being with the new coach, we tried the best to welcome him as quick as possible. He's been very clear and what he wants from us, what he's expecting. And now it's just for us to understand it and then do the job. So like I said, I'm very happy that he's here and he's given us a lot of information already. And we're looking forward to the game on Friday. We try to break it down into things that we can actually achieve.
All right, moving it away from that quickly, let's look at global sports right now. Something massive will be happening later on today. About 2 p.m., we'll be expecting so much to actually happen. We've had a dynamic shift in football, in the footballing landscape in terms of those that will be representing FIFA from Africa. Now, looking at it globally, of course, later on today, the 144th session of the International Olympic Committee will be holding in Greece there, all right, 60 miles away from Olympia, where the Olympics actually started. And 106 members have actually registered their presence out of the 109. So, as a matter of fact, quorum has been formed, and one thing will be happening later on today. They will be electing the 10th president of the International Olympics Committee. Tom Obak will be stepping aside, and at the moment, without a doubt, we've spoken about this, that one man is the favorite, talking about Lord Coe. Lord Coe, Sebastian Coe, has been in the running. He was the one that organized the London 2012 Olympics, and a lot of talks are about him. But there is a woman, a 41-year-old woman who is an African, and she'll be hoping.
Christy
Coventry. Yes, so
sports minister.
So Christy Coventry.
A swimming champion.
Yes, Christy Coventry.
Silver medalist, Olympic swimming champion.
Yes, okay, thank you very much. The Zimbabwean will be hoping to make history on 2 fronts. One as the first African, and 2 as the first woman to lead the International Olympics Committee. So keep an eye on what is going on. But while we're talking about the International Olympics Committee, there was a meeting of the Association of National Olympic Committee for Africa in Algeria. And the chairman of the National Sports Commission met with the president, Abdelmajid Tebboune of Algeria, to talk about deepening the ties in sports collaboration, and with the hopes that they can actually pull 1 or 2 structural benefits from Algeria to Nigeria. And we're looking forward to seeing this partnership actually yield great dividends. Away from that, before I actually wrap it up, Haruna Kadri has gained his #1 status in Africa as the supremo, top of the totem pole when it comes to table tennis on the continent, unseating Omar Hassan of Egypt. But what gladdens my heart is the next video of Haruna Kadri and his son, his very young son, actually slugging it out with the ping pong, literally, and showing that he's been able to pass the baton. The 36-year-old has been able to pass the baton to his young son, and is looking like maybe this man might just have his legacy cemented because he will have a son. Remember, his wife also plays professional table tennis. I must actually put that into context. And finally, Rufai. This is what has troubled a lot of people. One man earns $520,816 every week. If you put it into context, that's 800 million naira every week. But he does not look a shade like it. He plays for At Ittihad. He's originally from Mali. He's a French international. Right now, he's in Bamako. There are talks that he went to get married to his longtime partner. It's still rumors, but people are questioning that this man does not look like a man that earns 800 million naira every week. If they can actually help us with pictures, because he's been around Bamako, visiting family, visiting friends, and he's just looking off it. Some are saying that maybe he needs a stylist, and some are saying probably his humility is always down to it. I don't know, but this doesn't look like a man that earns 800 million naira every week. Big question. He's worth $40 billion at the moment. Wow.
You know, they say I think over 75% of the earth is covered by water. The rest is N'Golo Kante.
That was in his heyday.
That was his heyday.
In his heyday.
But what is he spending his money on? Look at the charity project.
By the way, he actually built a hospital in Bamako.
A good hospital.
Yes.
Infrastructural project and everything. You see, because it's what you do when you go that people will talk of. When Matumbu Makebe passed, you know what they remembered? It was the hospital he built in Asia, which is today one of the reference health facilities there.
True.
So I salute him. People like Sadio Mane too follows that line, very frugal. You know, not to explain. I think it's Sadio Mane's phone that they used to show that he's broken sometimes and everything. So please, it's not about the fancy clothes and everything. That's his style. And that's just it. We cannot say the same for other players.
But someone said this is a little bit too extreme.
No. That's his style. Leave a man with his style alone. That's his own swag. Okay. Humility is his own thing. So just let it be. As regards the Super Eagles, we hope we're able to go out there to defeat Rwanda, because Rwanda too is also a formidable team.
Yeah, they are.
Because I remember they have done very well.
They beat us in our last
and as regards Casey Coventry, she was the only totem pole for swimming. You know, winning gold, silver, and bronze medal for Zimbabwe. It was a constant feature. Yeah. I just hope she's able to go one step further, but it's going to be difficult.
I love a story like N'Golo Kante's story. It's his money. He can choose to do whatever it is with. If you were living lavishly, we'll criticize him for being too lavish. And now he's chosen to take, it could be either from personal conviction, personal principle, or religious beliefs where you're said to be frugal, just be yourself. And I think it's something that's worth emulation, especially because of the fact that his money is not just spent on himself. He's also into social good. You know, you talk about the hospital he's built, and a few other probably private interventions he's done. This is what we encourage people to do. But there was a joke, Rufai, about maybe Chelsea is owing him. That's why on paper he's earning a particular sum.
Some of the people were asking questions like, are you sure Chelsea paid him his full wages? Because he doesn't live because it's just a joke.
I'm sure he does.
It's just a running joke.
Let's start with the IOC.
Yes.
International Olympics Committee, 7 candidates. You mentioned 2. There are actually 3 leading candidates. Lord
Coe.
Sebastian Coe, who is said to be the main favorite. And then the lady from Zimbabwe, the sports minister of Zimbabwe, who is said to be supported by Thomas Bach, who, and that gives her a certain advantage. And then there is Antonio Samaranchi, the current vice president, whose father was in fact at the time, president of the IOC, and he is hoping to use the power of incumbency perhaps, and also the fact that his father was president 1980 to 2001. And the pattern of voting is that you must get 50% plus majority. Yes. So you must have an absolute majority for you to win. So we expect that maybe the voting will go on rounds upon rounds. Yeah. Now the other major issue is that the Professional Tennis Players Association, the one led by Djokovic, they already filed a 169-page document in a district court in New York, protesting against non-competitive practices by the ATP, and against male tennis players in terms of schedule, in terms of treatment, in terms of welfare. But we'll see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes.
In that regard.
Yeah, we'll
and Mutiu Adekoju says Eric Chelle should not change our style of play tomorrow.
But all that matters at this point, all that matters is a win.
We have
regardless of how we get it. All that matters
Thank you very
is a
much.
win.